And joining us now from U.S. Staffing Agency, we've got Jim and Ben here to talk a little bit about working in America. And by the way, Veterans Day, a lot of great celebrations to honor our veterans. It seems like America's starting to be a little bit more respectful and a little bit more thankful. Not as much as maybe some of us would like, but I think we're making progress.
Well, let's hope so. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that of course, we have a flag as part of our icon and part of our company image, U.S. Staffing. So we take veteran recognition pretty seriously.
Do you have one of those giant flags the size of a football field? Yeah.
Not quite that big.
The ones that are too big for the flagpoles? Yeah. No.
Not quite that big. Our flagpole isn't that tall. But we did want to get started today by recognizing that Veterans Day was earlier this week. And Jim and I want to take a minute just to say thank you to all the men and women that have served or are currently serving in our armed forces here.
Yeah, absolutely. These brave men and women, and the sacrifices their families make as well, will forever have our gratitude for being willing to make the sacrifices for the people of this great nation, and the freedom that we enjoy because of their service. And so from all of us at U.S. Staffing, we sincerely say thank you to all those who have served and those who are still serving.
Yeah, so Tim, as we segue into our topic this morning, we thought we would share a couple of stories about people who may have lingered last in line when handing out common sense.
There really is a line, apparently. And because some of them didn't get it. They were at the back.
This first one is about a college student who dropped just one class, so he could spend just a little bit more time on his PlayStation.
Oh, great.
Of course, without telling his parents.
Sure.
Why would you tell your parents that, right?
Right.
You never would.
Yes. There's no good argument there. Unfortunately, this took him below the credit threshold for his scholarship, and his parents received a $40,000 tuition bill.
Oh, boy.
Now,
awkward conversation.
What would you do if you received a $40,000 tuition bill because your son or daughter lost their scholarship?
Because they were playing PlayStation.
Is it legal to to sell a young adult into slavery?
Got to pay that $40,000 off. Well, this
absolutely.
kind of next in line. Speaking of college, this next story should start with the question: how many PhD students does it take to change a light bulb? A group of PhD students spent hours trying to figure out how to change the bulb on that lamp in their rented house. They finally conceded and called the landlord, who then came over to show these PhDers how to remove the glass bowl. Those little nuts on the little side, take them off, take the bulb out. So apparently common sense was lacking there as well.
Yeah, he couldn't figure it out. How do you get in there? Well, these examples show us how even the smartest people among us sometimes need some help. We often learn more in these types of situations, though, because when we have to rely on friends and peers to help show us the way. And this is what our topic is about this morning.
Yeah, that's right. We read an article in the Harvard Business Review. It was published earlier this month, and it was titled, "How to Help Your Employees Learn from Each Other." Kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. Their research shows that 55% of people first turn to peers when they want to learn a new skill in the workplace.
Yeah, and even though employees are teaching their peers new skills, get this, less than half of all the companies have a formal process for that, what's called peer-to-peer learning programs.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of crazy, right? Because we, as employers, spend so much time and energy hiring these smart people.
But not those PhDers.
But not the PhDers.
Turn the light bulb.
But we hire all these smart people for our organizations. It only makes sense to develop a peer-to-peer learning program where they can learn from each other.
Yeah, and this article suggests some best practices when setting up a peer learning program or this peer-to-peer program. And the first practice is to appoint a facilitator. It typically works best if this is a neutral third party to the peer group, somebody not from the outside, somebody from within the company themselves.
Right. Yeah, and the second practice that this article suggests is to build a safe environment. In order to do this, companies need to ensure that there's a high level of confidentiality so that team members feel comfortable sharing those ideas and experiences with each other. Yeah. So, Tim, have you ever worked in a business where you didn't feel that, safe environment where you could be, felt safe to share some of that information?
Well, sure. We've had a few different corporate owners in the past 29 years that I've been here. Mm-hmm. So it's varied a lot. Basically, I would say that people kind of distrust corporations to speak frankly.
Sure.
Because a lot of times decisions get made from far away by some guy looking at a spreadsheet, and you just don't want to raise a flag, so you kind of keep quiet. And I've worked for one company, a few years ago that owned us here, where I learned that if I had some input, I would say the opposite. I would say, boy, it's a good thing you guys didn't send us that new microphone. That would have been stupid. And lo and behold, the following Monday, a microphone shows up in the mail,
Well, it's good that you figured that out.
That's right. That's the anti-safe environment.
So you figured out the confidence level is done by doing the opposite of what you needed to have.
For some corporations, it's absolutely a fact. I joke about it, but it is absolutely true, and I'm not even exaggerating that much, although it wasn't a microphone.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the third suggestion from this article in these to build these peer-to-peer programs is to focus on real-world situations, like you just mentioned, Tim. By this we mean that people should be sharing actual situations in these peer learning environments. Don't make up scenarios. I got plenty of examples all around you. This would be situations that these people are currently experiencing, or they've experienced in the past.
Yeah, and the final suggestion that this article gave for a peer learning program is encourage your team members to network. This allows those team members to have a chance to discuss their areas of expertise with someone outside of the company.
Yeah, I know that we do that a lot too. Like we participate in chamber events and we went to one last week at Northwestern University over there and got to hang out with some of our peers.
And our branch managers do that. And they go to some of those events.
So now listen, if you are currently working for a company that is not offering these peer learning opportunities, then maybe it's time to look for a new place to work. Or if you're an employer that offers these unique benefits like peer learning programs, contact us at US Staffing. We have a pool of team members looking for a great place of employment. Ben, how can the folks contact us?
Well, if employers or potential team members want to talk with us, they can find us on Facebook at US Staffing Agency. They can live chat with us on our website at usstaffingagency.com, or they can come into the Battle Creek location at 914 Columbia Ave. Our phone number there is 589-6507.
Excellent. Thanks again for the great information, guys. I think it's always better when people feel like they can offer ideas, speak frankly, and frankly, learn from the people who are in the trenches and know what in the heck is the right way to do it, because they've had the experience.
Good companies look for the people in the trenches to use them to help make decisions. So.
And you guys know who they are, and you know where to find those people.
All
right, talk to you again next week. We'll be a little bit earlier because of the Thanksgiving holiday. We'll do it Wednesday right after the 8 o'clock news.